Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand about ancient Indian history. So, so by the name itself, it is ancient, which is past of India, ancient Indian history. So, before understanding ancient Indian history, we need to understand what is history. So, history in generally we get to know about series of events of our past. It can be tomorrow also, because tomorrow becomes um, past for the day after tomorrow. So, past is past generally. But when we get to particular timeline, so we divide history majorly based upon kind of generally phases. Like ancient, mostly about empires, medieval, about kingdoms, and modern, about nation states. Nation states. So this is the basically. So we are starting with ancient India. So we start with the humankind from our evolution to some particular kingdom in ancient history. Okay, so I'm using the Vajiram notes, so I'm not putting it in YouTube because I will get copyright strike. So I will post it on our Telegram channel. So let's start with the Stone Age. So why it is a Stone Age? Because they use the stone tools only. Because there is no that kind of innovation like to major breakthrough happened after innovation of steam engine. So that is when the industrial revolutions took place. Before that, mostly they used the mechanical tools plus the kind of material. In Stone Age, they used the stones because it is the basic available material in the nature. So I'm using this test so that it can be very helpful for me to get to the context. So it is about 4,000 million years old evolution of its cut shows four stages. So four stages. It's called Quaternary, Pleistocene, Holocene. Pleistocene Holocene is about Ice Age and after Ice Age. The formal asteroid. So these are a basic explanation about evolution of Earth. I will directly jump to the Paleolithic age. Paleolithic means old stone age. It's old stone age and it is divided into lower Paleolithic, middle Paleolithic and upper Paleolithic. It has phases is given 5 lakh, so 5 million years BC to before Christ to 50,000 BC. So middle Paleolithic is 50,000 to 40,000 BC and upper Paleolithic is 40,000 to 10,000 BC. It's a basic thing. So the stone is majorly divided into subpart based upon the kind of what you say tools they use, like hand axes, cleavers, choppers, and stone tools were mainly used for chopping, digging, skinning, and mainly used of flakes, middle Paleolithic. And there are a lot of tools is there. Then you can observe clearly observe the size is being decreased because um, they try to hunt smaller animals, and the evolution also happened in the type of tools like stone access to the stone arrows or javelins, whatever maybe. So these are basic description And I'm going in a analytical mode, so I'm not going much details. I'm just here to explain you about what it is all about. And we need to underline the key aspects. Like here we can see microliths. What is microliths? Why they are used compared to the previous round stones. So this is what the evolution of um, nature of hunting, gathering, because for gathering also they need some kind of tools to either collect or pick up. So depends. So what they're foraging for, and the mostly memory based one. I'm not here to explain all these. So Neolithic is about cultivation of plants and domestication of animals. So plants and domestication of animals is the major breakthrough because they got the agriculture and or the horticulture at their backyard. So because of this, they become settled somewhere. Mostly they prefer water, nearby water. And these are all the archaeological aspects. I'm not into much of all these. Chalcolithic Neolithic is followed by Chalcolithic. Chalco means copper. So how we know the copper is being extracted? So they found some green stones, the ore. So they melt it in the furnace, ground furnaces. So and after that they got some metal. Same they do with the tin to get bronze. So this is the how the evolution happened. So the small cultures, we need to link this to major civilization. Malwa. These are all archaeological evidences to prove the prehistory. Prehistory means there is no written evidences. Written evidences are not. That is why it is called prehistory. After that, you get proto history. Evidences are there, written evidences, but they are not proven. So economy, agriculture and cattle rearing, and the kind of staple food they're having. These are all some kind of basic information. Pattern of settlements, fortification, granaries, embankment. So why we need all this? Because in Chalcolithic age, the proto-history is there, or proto-history, which is Indus Valley civilization. And you can see the same patterns over there, patterns of life. So that's why we need to understand in detail about the Chalcolithic and Neolithic because they are the main phases when where settled uh, lifestyle happened compared to the foraging, foraging to hunting and foraging to setting. So megalith structures, so they are basically burial grounds. This is basic archaeological evidence. And the place, it's Tamil Nadu, Nagarjunakonda in Andhra Pradesh. So what they signify. So what they represent generally. So basic thing. So I will start with Indus Valley Civilization for this lecture. Indus Valley Civilization, one of the four earliest civilizations along with Mesopotamia, Tigris Euphrates civilization. Egyptian civilization, Nile, along with Nile, and Chinese civilization. So those are the basic things about how many civilizations exist, and you know, 1500 sites over 1.5 million square kilometer. The Gaggar and Hakra river system has most concentration of the settlements. So this type of analysis is important because water is served daily need, and for a settlement, geographical settlement, water is very important for food security because plants need water. They what is a block canals for the what reservoirs or plants generally. So these are the sites you can mug up all these. So I'm not going into all these. So early Harappan phase, middle Harappan phase, later Harappan phase. You need to find the patterns like how the settlements grow to diminish. Like it's like growing of some organism, growing of some civilization. For us also it is very important. And there was impressive fortified citadel on western side which we public building. Generally in uh, town planning of Indus Valley civilization, we have what do you say? Mm, this is a citadel fortified one, and this is the lower town where the commoners live. Here, the government officers, all the administrative work, what they call we don't know, or the religious one will be there. So, based upon archaeological evidence, we get to know that there is some kind of economic stratification, bureaucracy, kind of. We don't know, but we need to understand in that way because this is a proto history, right? So it is not decoded because the script itself is pictographic. So we need to decode that one to understand what they um, use as symbols to communicate over their daily um, course or lifestyle. So town planning mostly the grid system. So they cut with each other generally. It's the main center. You have houses. Houses have entrances inside. They have the bathrooms inside. It's generally basic thing. So you can understand from how it can be used for basic planning in a geographical settlement with democracy. You can use in panchayats and same kind of system because budget is a constraint for India. So we can use the IVC model to our villages and mandals. Towns, we can modify the things like central planning, central zonation, and we can use it like a circular model also. Like this is the citadel and the lower town and the buffer zone. We can also do like that also. And economy is mostly agriculture. You can see animal rearing is there. There are various kinds of occupations to support the mainstream because food security is there, food surplus. When there is food surplus, diversification of economy happens. Of economy happens because basic need is supplied. So after the people occupy a lot of professions based upon the availability of knowledge and technology. So we have foreign trade with Mesopotamia mostly because we are connected with the West. India is connected with the West more than East because Himalayas are there. So there's a basic thing what the trade you can search for the Google. Standardization. There is some kind of central administration is there. There is no clear-cut evidence about the name of Poland. That's why I said there is a kind of administration is there, not who, because we need to understand the script. Fish symbol is represented, and there's a lot of basic archaeological evidences. And religion, mother goddess and Pashupati, Proto Shiva. Why it is Proto means it's a proto history. So we don't know is it is Shiva or not, but it seems because of the animals, and these are animals are very important for prelims. And Mother Goddess because they preach they generally what is it worship religion for the economic prosperity compared to the belief in God. I don't know. Still, we don't know what it is because it's not decoded. We are trying to understand based upon the archaeological evidences, the stone artifacts. Most of the both metal and stone have been metal, mostly bronze, right? Copper, tin, bronze. Potter's wheel, Potter's wheel because terracotta clay is there. So we have so many terracotta, you know, symbols, form seals or whatever. Happen use weights 1 to 8. You can see multiples of 16. So they know good math. Harappans are good at math. So math gives commerce. Because without understanding the trade, we cannot do good commerce. It's quantifiable trade. Symmetries around perimeters like the mounts, dead mounts. So these are all basic archaeological understanding. You can search that one from your books. Special features of Harappan sites: granaries, barracks, wheat grains, red sandstone. So these are all basic archaeology. Every site has its own specification. So it is a big site. You will find a lot. So now based on that we decode what it is there, right? So excavated by. Right. There can be bias also because it is not clearly defined how they got what is said, diminished. Clothal is in Manchester of Harappa. What is Manchester? Cloth making place for British, I think. IR 1 4.1 is the place where cotton goods are manufactured at very low cost. China other excavator is from Lancashire. There's some kind of British comparisons. Mud bricks are there. Burnt bricks are there because they know how to make copper, bronze. So same metallurgy, heat they use for burning bricks. Dolore is one of the largest settlement of Indus civilization. So it is very important. Dolore evidence of irrigation, dams, embankment. Megala have seen. So you can link with the south. Megalit's also seen at the South India. So megalithic has its own history in ancient times. Then we have links with the Mesopotamia to Indus Valley civilization that you know. So we have imported a lot of their goods and services too. This is the what do you say Indus Valley civilization. So the main aspect when it comes to Indus Valley civilization is administration, the kind of religion they do follow. These are all basic understanding from the symbols or artifacts we form. But we need to understand how they worship, what they worship, who is the religious head, what kind of gatherings will be there. These are not decoded yet if you found somewhere. So please go through it. That's it. This is the basic analytical understanding of Indus Valley civilization.